Good evening, and welcome to the Mosquito Fire Community Information Meeting for Monday, September 19th. My name is Nathan Judy, Information Officer for California Interagency Incident Command Team 5. I will be your facilitator for tonight's meeting, along with our ASL interpreter, Cameo. This evening you will hear from members of our Unified Command Team. After the formal briefing, we will address questions emailed earlier today. Ones that are submitted during the meeting will be addressed during the meeting in the chat, or afterwards if we don't get to those in the chat as well. The fire is currently at 76,290 acres, 39% contained. We currently have 3,037 firefighters and personnel assigned to this fire. This evening we're going to start it off with our Operations Section Chief, Dave Saldivini.
Good evening. The key word for today was rain. Over the night last night, we got up to an inch of rain in over parts of the fire, and then through the day today, over an inch across most of the fire, creating some pretty minimal fire behavior and giving the opportunity for the firefighters to start picking up some of the stuff they hadn't gotten. So just working around the fire. You know, it was continued mop up all across, just as it has been. The fire hasn't moved in quite some time now, from Todd Valley Estates across Forest Hill up to that Michigan Bluff area, and then out towards China Wall and Deadwood Ridge. When you get up here and you start turning the corner off the road and coming south, there's some areas in there where we've been trying to connect some bits of fire line. Really had a good opportunity to get in there, start tightening that up between the rain today. And some crews were able to get out and scout some new terrain and come up with a plan to bring it across that north fork of the middle fork that's been challenging us for so long. About the same time they came up with that plan, the rain really started to come down. It wasn't safe to keep the folks in there, so got the plan identified, and we were able to get them out safely. Coming down across, it was kind of a similar deal coming down towards the middle fork, where there were little bits of work where they could get in there between the rain, get it tightened up, get it really nice and secured, and start working on that last little bit down by the middle fork of the American River. Once you start coming up out of the middle fork, there's another little area in there. You know, worked what we could in there until the rain got too intense. And then from south, from there, just really good work all the way across the fire here, making sure that have good containment lines right up against the fire, all the way down into the Rubicon, which has been another area that's been challenging us, and identified a good plan yesterday for getting across that. We're able to start doing a little bit of work, but that's when the rain got to be too much and it wasn't safe, so we pulled those crews out. And even with the rain and the fire quieting down, by no means do I want to paint a picture here that there's no threat left out here and there's no work left to be done. The fuels that are out there, you know, the pine needles, the grasses, the brush, this kind of rain coming in, yeah, it's going to put them out, and it's going to look out for all intents and purposes. But all those trees and the larger fuels that are out there, they're still burning underneath where the rain can't get to them, and they're going to hold that heat through this rainstorm and into the weekend when we expect things to start drying out. So we're going to hold on to that workforce. We're going to identify the best resources we have to get out there and do that work the moment that the opportunity arises. And we're going to keep them out there as much as we can with the rainstorm in a safe place, so that when it's there and we're ready to go. And that's the plan we're looking at right now. And I hope you all have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate that. Next up, we're going to bring our incident meteorologist, Eric Kurth.
Good evening. This is your weather update. Well, we have quite a bit of rain over the past couple days. In fact, we've seen amounts up on the southern part of the fire of 1.6 and 1.34 up on the northwest end. So it's quite a bit of rain, good wetting rain. We're expecting to see some more rain through the night. Currently, we're getting some heavier showers, and we have the potential to get some thunderstorms as well. So because of that heavy rain, there's a potential for debris flows on the burn. And so there's a watch that is out for flash flood and debris flows through the night and into Tuesday evening. So we're going to be watching that pretty closely through the night. Tomorrow we should see more showers and then some afternoon thunderstorms. And then we're actually going to see lighter rain on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're actually going to see things dry out. Temperatures are going to start coming up. And then we're going to see that trend going up through the weekend. And on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to start seeing more normal temperatures in the upper 70s and the lower 80s. And we're going to see humidity levels come down to around 30%. We're not seeing any real strong wind events. It looks like we're still going to be in this southwest flow pattern that we've been in for a while prior to this storm. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that update. Really appreciate that. I'll take your mic here. Next up, we're going to bring from Placer County Sheriff, Lieutenant Josh Barnhart.
Thank you. Good evening. We'll go to our evacuation zone map once again. Good news today, we were able to repopulate some more folks into repopulation zones, or actually these have gone from order zones to warning zones, just so you know. And those zones are 1B as in boy, 2, 3 boy, 4 boy, 5, 6, and 7 alpha. And that is all in this area. Open with no restrictions are 7 boy, 8, 9, 10, and 11 alpha, and that is all the green that you're seeing here. Still under evacuation orders are 1 alpha, 3 alpha, and 4 alpha. Again, if you need to refer to this map, go to our social media posts or placersheriff.org. Type in your address if you need to see exactly where your residence is. Today, we brought back 2,128 residents to 983 homes. Yesterday, we opened it back up to 3,701 residents to 1,608 homes. There still are some traffic control points, and those are Mosquito Ridge Road at Forest Hill Road, Soap Street at Low Street, and Michigan Bluff at Chicken Hawk Road. We ask those residents that are trying to get in there to provide some identification. That way we're making sure that it's just residents only getting in there. As far as road closures are concerned, there still are some into those evacuation order zones, and they are Forest Hill Road at Elliott Ranch, Giant Gap Road at Iowa Hill Road, Soda Springs Road at North Fork of the American River, and McKinney Rubicon Springs. Again, if you refer to the link in our social media posts, you can get some information. There's one link in there called Returning Home from the county, and that is, it's got some good info in there. If you are trying to get your animals back from Animal Control, Animal Services, they are open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you are a regular at the Forest Hill Transfer Station, they are taking solid waste at the Auburn Transfer Station in lieu of the Forest Hill Transfer Station being closed. They do ask that you do not bring any waste from the burn area. Also, for spoiled food, the bins will be out at 20895 Todd Valley Road. Again, for tomorrow, the 20th and the 21st, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And they're just asking for spoiled food only. Again, no burned items or debris from the burn zone. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Appreciate that update. Next up from the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office, we're going to bring up Sergeant Alexander Sori.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Alexander Sori with the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office, and I'm the Public Information Officer. We have some updated information regarding evacuations. Today, the following locations, the evacuation order was changed to a warning, and that's Volcanoville and Quintet. And the following locations had their evac warning order lifted, and that's Canyon Creek, Bottle Hill, and Gray Eagle. Currently, we have 17 people in one structure under evacuation order. We have 453 people and 262 structures under evacuation warning. And so far, total, we've repopulated 13,573 people and 5,822 structures. Our staffing for the 24-hour period was 17 El Dorado County Sheriff's Office personnel and 0 mutual aid, so a total of 17 people. We currently have 48 people in shelters and 204 animals in shelters. If you need any animal shelter information, you can visit our website, edc.gov.us, or call 211. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. Appreciate that update. Next up from our Unified Command Team, our Incident Commander from California Incident Command Team 5, Carlton Joseph.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. For First thing I'd like you to understand is that we remain in unified command. The California Team 5, representing the Tahoe and El Dorado National Forests, are unified with our CAL FIRE partners from the Amador El Dorado unit and the Nevada Yuba Placer unit. Together, we remain committed, again, to protect life, property, critical infrastructure, public lands, and ecological resources throughout this vast area that this fire has made some serious changes on the landscape. So aside from that, today's weather certainly has given us some opportunities. You've heard that from our operations chief. One of the most important to us is definitely allowing you, the public, back into your communities and into your homes in certain circumstances. That's absolutely why we're here, to do the best to protect your homes and your livelihoods. Secondly, today the firefighters were able to gain a lot of ground, as you heard. We look forward to the same in the coming days to take advantage of this shot of moisture that we've got. It also gives us an opportunity to step back and look at the bigger picture and create some larger scale plans that are well underway. If you look at your map and notice the wide range of open line out to the east, as you heard, they were in there making plans today. We've got a good opportunity, and I think we're poised to take advantage of that. So keep in tune with us, and we'll continue to provide the best of information that we can to you at the earliest possible moment that we know. We want to let you know. So with that, thank you for your patience and certainly your support throughout the incident. Good evening.
Thank you, Commander. Appreciate those words. So that concludes the formal portion of our meeting. We'll now go to questions and answers that were submitted earlier. One of the questions that we did receive was, what was the cause of the fire? The cause is actually still under investigation. Once we hear anything, we will let the public know. Next up, we have some questions for our operations section chief, so we're going to bring back up Dave Saldivini.
Okay, so I only got one question tonight, and the question is it true that there are only hot spots left, and will they give off a lot of smoke once this weather system is moved on? I would say that's true. We're probably looking at just hot spots. How big those spots are, I can't speculate on exactly. They're probably varying in size. And when you look at this map, this is roughly 22, 23 air miles from north to south. And the way this line goes back and forth, 50, 60 miles of line and hot spots along that of varying size. So quite a few hot spots could be out there right now. And when this weather system moves on, I wouldn't expect to see much or very little smoke at all in that first day or two afterwards. But as things begin to dry out with the forecasted weather, you'll start seeing some more smoke coming up into the weekend, and that is to be expected. And we'll have, like I said, firefighters out there by the thousand out there ready to go in and start making sure that those smokes that pose a threat to the line and to this fire getting any bigger are going to be taken care of in a timely fashion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. With that, that's the only question we had for this evening. So what we're going to be doing is taking a break for a couple of days with the rains that we've been getting. We haven't seen a lot of change in our acreage, but please continue to look for our updates on NCWeb and CAL FIRE. Our websites have those updates on them, and you can look at our social media accounts as well. We'll be back on Thursday at 7 o'clock with this meeting. We want to make sure that if you have any questions, you email those questions in to 2022.mosquito@firenet.gov. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for your attention. We'll see you on Thursday.